This is reporter George Ventura reporting from New York City, City Hall Park, where protesters are calling this protest Occupy City Park, and they actually have been camping out here the past few days, and they are asking Mayor de Blasio to defund the New York Police Department by $1 billion. So we're gonna give you guys live updates today, but wanted to give you guys a live look of what the scene is looking like. You guys can see here it says City Hall Autonomous Zone. So the protesters here are asking to defund the department by $1 billion. So we wanted to see if we could maybe talk to some folks and just find out more information from their perspective on this issue and what they plan to do if that does not happen.
We was doing hunger strikes with Bloods, Crips, Lion Kings, 5%ers, Muslims.
You as a chairman of Black Lives Matter New York, do you see this as a revolution right now? Can you maybe describe the moment in your terms?
This is the best time to be alive. Like, we are literally shaping the world like clay. There is resistance, but there's the power of the people that is spreading. Right now, I always said that it had to get worse before it got better. Right now, we're going up. First time I can say this, and it's bringing a tear to my eye because we are on the way up. We have hit the bottom, and now we are going all the way up to a just, a peaceful, a fair society where everybody has equity and access. It's not going to be instantaneous, but this is the revolution that will change America.
Now, some folks that I've talked to here on the ground, they want to dismantle the police that's kind of going on in Minneapolis right now. Some folks are looking for a reform. Some folks say they want to abolish the whole system, talks of defund. In your thoughts, what should we do with the NYPD, department as a whole?
We should defund them.
What's a certain amount? What's the right dollar amount for you?
I believe what we're saying is $3 billion. Taking $3 billion out of their budget and putting it into community organizations. Crime happens because of desperation and necessity, right? If you invest that $3 billion in the community, it will alleviate some of the need for crimes. It will create people who are better suited to be employed. It will bring in new jobs. It will hire de-escalators to de-escalate situations in our community to do a better job than the police. It's better to have somebody from the block squash your beef than it is to have racist police coming in, So yes, I look forward to the day that we abolish the police, but this is a substantial step in that direction. I'm not a reformist. Once upon a time I might have been, but that's just not the way. That's not the way. We need a revolution.
When they run out of targets to terrorize, to brutalize, to murder, and they look up, you're the only one's gonna be left. Whose lives matter? Black lives matter. Queer lives matter. Trans lives matter. Whose lives matter? Black lives matter. Everywhere you go, people wanna know.
Speaking about social and mental services, now in the past week in New York City, there has been an uptick in shootings, about 358% compared to the same time last year. Do you think if by using those $1 billion and maybe redirecting into mental and social programs, would that maybe bring down that type of violence? What's your thoughts on that?
You know, first of all, being out here, I've experienced undercover cops inciting the violence. So I believe that if you research those different shootings, I guarantee you it's coming from the law enforcement. I guarantee you it's coming from the undercover law enforcement who wants to push the narrative that we need cops, that we need, guns on the streets. So I'm sure things are going to get much uglier than what it is. It's going to get much uglier because you know why? We're in a war against racism. We're in a war against racism, and that means that a lot more blood is going to be shed.
Yeah, and would you kind of characterize this movement as some folks are calling it a revolution? Would you say this is like a revolution moment that we're seeing right now in America? What are your thoughts on that?
It is definitely a revolution liberation movement that is different in the sense of, it's about Black lives mattering, so that honestly we can all matter. We don't all matter until Black lives matter, because consciously we are starting to wrap our heads around the systemic racism that is in the DNA of America. So this movement is about bringing it all down so that we can build anew. The system of America, Rome was the greatest empire to ever live. The way that it was brought down was from the inside. It wasn't another country. It was from the inside. And that's exactly what this country is doing, because it wants to hold on to the traditional values that degrade, brutalize, and murder a whole race.